Hey y'all, so I am back with another video, and this video has been highly requested. So if you're new to my channel, hey, my name is Jazz Nicole. We talk about a lot of things over here. Join if you want to, or just watch this video and support by giving me a thumbs up if you like it. But a little bit of background information. I have been visiting Hawaii, Oahu specifically, for the past 4 summers, and I fell in love with it the first time I visited. And since then, I just keep making my return here. And in 2023, I decided to actually move here. So the entire year of 2023, for an entire 12-month lease, I lived out here in beautiful Hawaii. I was staying in this amazing high rise in Kakaako. I made a ton of friends here, a ton of connections. I did a ton of things as well. I came here with a list of things that I wanted to do. I've crossed everything off my list. I feel like I've seen pretty much every part of the island, and I feel like I can finally come to you guys and let y'all know the top 10 things that you would want to check out if you were coming here on a trip, whether it's a solo trip, girls trip, vacation, or if you're making a move here. These are the 10 things that you will want to consider adding to your list to check out before you leave the island. Hawaii is a beautiful state which is made up of 8 main islands, and I'm going to be speaking about Oahu, which is where Honolulu, Waikiki, all the things that you hear in the mainstream media in pop culture is on Oahu. That is also where the main airport is as well. So the first thing on my list is Lighthouse Trail. Lighthouse Trail, it has a Hawaii name and then an American name. The two different things, but it's known as Lighthouse Trail. I will put the links to everything that I'm speaking about in the description box below, so be sure to check that out. But Lighthouse Trail is a very easy, paved the whole way. It's paved the whole way. So all the girlies out there that aren't really big on hiking like that, you don't want to get your shoes dirty, y'all don't want to climb any ropes, then this one is for you. Now, keep in mind, I do have some on the list that are hard and you get down and dirty. I like to get down and dirty, so I definitely have more challenging hikes on this list, but Lighthouse Trail is going to be the easiest hike that you can do. Think of it as a nice incline walk. The view that you get is amazing. Not only the view that you get when you're walking up and when you get up the actual mountain, but the drive there. The drive there is so gorgeous. You're going to be passing through Hawaii Kai, which is an amazing part of the island. It's like the rich part of town. Super cute. The water is a deep indigo blue. What I love about Oahu is that if you go around the entire island, the water changes colors. So you can tell what side of the island you're on. If you don't have like a compass and you like are literally lost, you can tell just by looking at the color of the ocean, and you can see what side you're on, whether you're on the east side, the west side, north side, south side. It's all different color water. Hawaii Kai is on the east side, which is where Lighthouse Trail is, and that is a deep indigo blue water. Super, super gorgeous. If you are in for it, you can also travel down to the tide pools. It is not encouraged by authorities. It actually has a sign right there that says do not go down, but people go down. I've gone down many times. There was one time where I cut my foot pretty bad, really, really bad. The bottom of my foot sliced it right up, but I wasn't wearing water shoes. So note, wear water shoes if you're going to go down to the tide pools, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Love the tide pools portion of it. It's just going down the side of the mountain when you get up to the top. But if you don't want to do that, you can just walk back down. And you can also go around the mountain as well, walk alongside of it down to the beach. When I got there, so there's a lot of different options when you get over there. Another thing that's great about the Lighthouse Trail is that it's free, as most things in Hawaii are free. And also Hawaii has no private beaches. So even if a beach looks like it's in somebody's backyard, it's public. There's no such thing as a private beach in Hawaii, which I absolutely love. All the beach is for the public use, and all the beaches are free. Love that. Love that for us. The other good thing about Lighthouse Trail is that the parking is free as well. So parking is first come, first serve, but it's free. All right, next on my list is Lanikai Beach. Lanikai Beach is more northeast. Oh my goodness, this beach is so gorgeous. Now, I will warn you, it is a bit crowded. It does get a bit crowded on the weekends, so try to go on a weekday. The water is amazing. The view is absolutely gorgeous. You will see a lot of turtles out. There's 2 things I suggest doing if you're going to make your way over to Lanikai. Do the Lanikai Pillbox hike which is a little bit difficult to find. So use Google Maps, don't use Apple Maps. That's a tip. But that is a pretty moderate, easy hike. Gorgeous views. It's not paved, so you will get your shoes dirty a little bit, but it's totally worth it. And then another thing I highly suggest doing, I've done this 5 times and I've done it with people every single time. Only 2 people have been able to make it to the actual place that I'm about to mention with me. Everyone else couldn't make it. They failed the challenge, basically. So if you're up for a challenge and if you like kayaking, I definitely recommend kayaking to the Mokes Islands. So the Mokes Islands are these 2 big peak mountaintop looking islands that you'll see right off the coast of Lanikai Beach. And people swim this, first of all. Shout out to them. I'm gonna look up the exact mileage, but it's a couple miles. However, you can kayak there. So I rent my kayak from Kailua Beach Adventures, I think is what it's called. I will put the link down below. But you have to schedule your kayak. I go with them every single time. Rent a kayak. You got to drag it to the beach. It's a 4-hour rental. You will use all 4 of those hours. Okay. So every single time I do it, I'm able to get to the Mokes Islands in an hour and a half, and I get back in an hour because coming back, you're going with the waves, so it kind of pushes you faster. And then I spend like an hour there on the actual islands, having fun, enjoying myself and all that. So it's super challenging. It's not easy to kayak there, but it's so worth it. I think it's a great day trip. You'll see turtles along the way. You'll see surfers. You'll see people out there that are like windsurfing. You'll see swimmers. You'll see crabs. You'll see all kind of things out there. If you can kayak to the Mokes Islands while you're on Lanikai Beach, I definitely recommend that. The next thing on my list is Kakaako Waterfront Park. So how I mentioned, my high rise that I used to live in when I lived out here was in Kakaako, which is like a sub neighborhood of Honolulu. Highly recommend that area, specifically Ward Village. If you are moving here, definitely check that area out. If I moved here again, I would move back there. That's how much I love it. So there is a local kind of hidden gem, but it's not really hidden anymore, but it's a local thing. It's called Kakaako Waterfront Park. It is gorgeous. I love going bike riding out there. Me and my friends would go skating out there every week, roller skating, skateboarding. It's just such a vibe. You get to just walk along I don't even know what you would call it. Like, it's like a big sidewalk that they've made in between a park and the actual rocks that the water just kind of crashes on. And it's just a really nice. So if you ever wanted to just take a walk in the park or just do even a picnic, people do picnics out there. People take their wedding photos out there. It's so beautiful. There's cats. I love cats. If you don't like cats, just leave them alone. They'll leave you alone. But there's chickens, all kind of things out there. But it's a gorgeous park. It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite park. If you're just looking for a park vibe with gorgeous views you cannot get anywhere else, then check out Kakaako Waterfront Park. The next thing I'm going to suggest is surfing. Surfing is my new favorite thing. All right. I tried it back in 2021 and I loved it. And I didn't try it again until this year. And I love it again. Like, I'm living out my little girl dreams. Okay. It's really not as difficult as you would think it is. So I really suggest taking some surfing lessons. It's super cheap on Groupon. I will put the Groupon link down below. I believe that it will still be available because it's the same Groupon I got back in 2021. So this company's been on Groupon for years. It's super, super, super inexpensive. It's like $40 for an hour and a half. They teach you how to surf. You get to catch some waves, and then you can go back and do your rentals for $15 for 2 hours. And you get to be out there with other surfers on your own if you're ready, or take some more lessons. It is on Waikiki Beach, so it's kind of crowded. So I suggest the earlier you can get out there, the better, and preferably on a weekday. So weekday early morning would be the best time to go out there and learn how to surf. Next on my list, let's talk about North Shore. So how I mentioned, there's different areas of the island that you can go. And North Shore is kind of known as, when you think of like laid back surfer vibe, that is North Shore. And North Shore is full of gorgeous, beautiful beaches. There are a ton of beaches on North Shore. My favorite beach is kind of a hidden gem. It's never crowded. And one thing about me, I do not like a crowd. Rock Piles Beach. Gorgeous, huge, huge beach. There's so much sand room and like hills in the sand, and then it has the water. Now, I have yet to fully get into the Rock Piles Beach water because the waves are that intense. But if you are just looking for a vibe and to have a beach day where you are more so on the sand than in the water, Rock Piles Beach is going to be the beach for you. I absolutely love this beach. The sunset at Rock Piles Beach is so gorgeous. So yeah, I definitely recommend Rock Piles Beach if you're going to North Shore. Okay, speaking of North Shore, here's an honorable mention. I didn't actually have it in my top 10 things. You actually pass this place going to the North Shore beaches, and it is a botanical garden. I'm going to butcher the name, and I cannot remember the name off the top of my head. So of course, I will have the full name and link and all of that down in the description box below, but it is a botanical garden. This botanical garden is the most beautiful botanical garden ever. I don't know if a botanical garden can top this one. It's so gorgeous. So of course you have the plants and all that. They have peacocks just walking around doing their thing. But the plants that you see at this botanical garden is like, where am I? Am I in the middle of Costa Rica right now? Am I in the middle of an Amazon forest? It looks like you're walking through an Amazon forest. It's very, very well kept. It's so gorgeous. It's huge. It's huge. So it's a day trip type of thing. To walk around the whole thing is going to take you at least 2 hours. They have ponds, but it's totally worth it because when you walk all the way through, you are met with a waterfall. You're met with a waterfall. Not only a waterfall, but a waterfall that you can get in and swim in. They have people down there that give you life jackets and you get to swim in the waterfall. Like, it's the best botanical garden ever. And again, the plants, just the type of plants you see. Even if you don't want to get in the water in the waterfall, the plants alone is totally worth it. It does cost to park and it does cost to get in. I believe it's $20 to get in. Last time I checked it is, but you know, inflation. And I don't know how much it costs to park because I never drive there, but weekdays are going to be your best bet because when it gets super crowded, it is less enjoyable, in my opinion. But you may like that. I don't know. Next on my list is a hike. It is the most challenging hike that I've done on the island, and I love it. I've done it twice. I just did it again for the second time just a couple weeks ago. Crouching Lion. Crouching Lion hike is one of my favorite hikes. The drive to the hike is so gorgeous. You drive through like local towns. You see nothing but water. You're on like the coastline the whole time. It's a gorgeous drive, and the actual hike itself is difficult. It is a very difficult hike, and it does get a little eerie because as you're walking up the hike, you are seeing several tombstones, burial gatherings of, you know, crosses and flowers and rest in peace. People have died on this hike, so be very careful. Some parts do get a little, ooh, you know. But if you're up for a challenge, this is a great hike. They have ropes at certain points because sometimes you have to climb. You're literally climbing a mountain, okay? You got to climb, all right? Freehand rock climbing type of thing. But the top is so worth it. And it's really not that bad. Just go during the day. Don't go when it's raining because it can get muddy very quickly. Do not go when it's raining, sprinkling, chance of sprinkling, just got done raining. If it's wet, do not go. But yeah, besides that, it's one of my favorite hikes. Top 3 hikes on this island. All right, next on my list, let's talk about Moana Mall. This is the mall that is in between Kakaako and Waikiki, so it's like dead center Honolulu. When I first visited this mall, my friend took me in 2021. I was in awe. It's such a beautiful mall. It's an indoor mall. Like the actual stores are indoor, but the walking in between stores and everything is outdoor. And the stores are really nice too. It's a high-end mall. They have all stores you could think of. So if you like to shop or you just like to walk around a beautiful space, I would suggest Moana Mall more so than the Waikiki Strip because there's nice shops and malls along the strip of Waikiki as well. But Moana Mall is a really good mall, and they also have good food at that mall as well. Lots of food. Koko Head hike. Koko Head hike is going to be another recommendation for you guys. Koko Head hike is a very simple but challenging hike. It's basically like an outdoor Stairmaster. Basically, it's an outdoor Stairmaster. It's super challenging, but you feel so accomplished when you get to the top. And of course, the view once you get to the top is amazing. The view as you're going up it is amazing, but it does get very crowded. People do this hike as literally everyday exercise. So it does get very crowded and there's only one way up and one way down. So you are passing a lot of people along the way, but they do have free parking there as well. This is also in the Hawaii Kai area. So you get to see a beautiful view of Hawaii Kai when you're walking up it. There's not a lot of shade. So wear a hat, wear a sun visor, protect yourself, protect your skin. The actual hike itself is nothing but walking up the stairs. And it's like a railroad track the whole way. So you're just walking on an incline of stairs. I think it's something that everyone should experience at least once, especially if you're into fitness. All right, number 9 on the list is it's pretty vague, but you can really pick whichever one you want. Visit a beach on the west side. The west side is the side that the locals are at. So the locals stay on the west side. If you want to get like the real authentic home style Hawaii feel, go to the west side. And the west side beaches are not only super nice and super gorgeous, but the people there are super friendly. There's always people out there barbecuing, having a good time, and the views from the west side are insane. The sunsets on a west side beach, literally, you need to spend at least one sunset at a west side beach. Just pick one, all right? Anyone on the map. It doesn't matter. They're all gorgeous. They all have free parking. They're all a vibe. The water is also very warm on that side. So it's just, the west side beaches are chef's kiss, but it is pretty far from Honolulu. So a lot of people either don't know about it, don't hear about it, or can't make it out there. So it is one of those things where you may want to rent a car for it, but it's totally worth it if you can do just one day out there on the west side. All right, last on my list, and I'm gonna let y'all go. It's gonna be Diamond Head hike. I feel like I kind of had a lot of hikes on here, but I'm a hiking girly. I really like to hike. Diamond Head it's pretty regulated. There's stairs, there's railings, there's a sidewalk, there's a paved portion. So it's a pretty easy hike. The view is also very nice. It's more of a city view than a beach view, but you get both. The one thing I will say about Diamond Head hike is that it's very, very, very touristy. It's so touristy that you have to make a reservation to go. No other hike do you have to make a reservation. So many people want to go there that they have you make a reservation to make sure that it's not too crowded. So you got to choose a time slot to go. And parking is also not free. So it is very, very touristy, but it's something that people want to visit because Diamond Head is the dormant volcano here on the island. But people want to hike that. It's an interesting experience. Where else can you hike a dormant volcano? You know, it's one thing that you should do while you're here, but just beware of the reservation that you need, and you're going to need parking, and just know that it is going to be pretty crowded no matter what time you go. It's a very, very popular tourist destination. And another reason why it's so popular is because it's extremely close to Waikiki. So everyone that comes here and wants to go to Waikiki or is staying in Waikiki, it is the closest hike to Waikiki. So yeah, those are the top 10 things that I suggest you check out if you are visiting the beautiful island of Oahu in Hawaii. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I will see y'all in my next one. Bye!